Talking about some good sopping when you finish them potatoes out of there. What's left in the pan? Oh, great sopping gravy. Get these cut up. By the time I do that, those carrots should be ready. I'm gonna do some more broth. We'll just cut them up like in little slices. I usually just cut the potato in half in fours. Then I just slice it off. This is my first time, so bear with me, audience. Potatoes, or a few more potatoes here. By the time I'm done this, my carrots should be ready, and we're going to take it over to the blender. And that's going to be your soup.
Simple. Simple, soulful, and delicious. So I just added some of your brown into the gravy to get that nice beef gravy color that we're used to, but there's no beef, full of flavor, salt, seasoned, pepper to taste, loaded with additional vegetables.
We're going to go to the
celery, the mushroom, and the onion.
Once we complete here, we're going to go and show you the finished product.
And you want to make your gravy first. Boil your potatoes first. Skin on, skin off, however you prefer. And
Yeah, I kind of like it with the skin on.
Slice them. You can quarter them. You can dice them. You just add them right into your gravy. Let's get one of
This
your
might be
bouillon
enough.
packets in here. Your bouillon
here.
seasoning. Did you season the vegetables at all yet? Probably gonna need some seasoning.
Put some in there. I put a little bit of this beyond. Let me get my check.
So this is a vegan bouillon. Some of you might be familiar with bouillon. They come with chicken and beef flavor, but they do have vegetables.
This is all vegetables.
And they're
flavorful. Very flavorful.
Loaded with flavor.
We're going to turn this soup off, then we're going to take it over to the blender. Some greens stir up. This one here.
Some pepper in here. I mean, a lot of boomers say I really had salt and pepper back then.
Salt and pepper.
Now there's so much flavor you can add. There's no excuse.
Well, it was there, but we just couldn't afford to buy nothing but salt and pepper.
Wow, there you have it. Again, coming out of the Depression era. You know, the money just wasn't there. So you guys weren't afforded the luxury to eat healthy.
Exactly.
Your parents had to just get something in your belly so you weren't starving.
Exactly.
And just because that's what we're used to eating does not mean in any way, shape, or form that that food is beneficial to our health. As you can see, with the countless aunts and uncles and grandparents and cousins with these ongoing health problems. I don't understand how people let food take them out of here. You want to die behind food?
You are what you eat. Literally.
Let me give this a taste. It wasn't much seasoning.
Here. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more of this bacon. Matter of fact, I put a little bit in my soup as well. Just a
Little magic and just a little old white salt. For the boomers out there that still only have salt and pepper.
Yep, I'm going to try the other stuff. I ain't never had that before.
So the gravy is ready for your potatoes.
So this might be a
fine. All you gotta do is blend it. So your gravy's ready for your potatoes.
okay. Gravy's ready. I think we got enough cut up here.
All right.
Go ahead and put the potatoes in the gravy here.
Now, what if you got some boomers out there that love their spice and they only add on just regular hot sauce, which is not unhealthy, but you can cook with spice. How would I, if I wanted my potatoes and gravy spicy?
Well, there's a lot of stuff for instance, this Cajun stuff here and
Crushed red pepper flakes.
red peppers, yep.
I know a lot of
even
people like
chili.
a little kick in their greens too.
Mm-hmm. Should we use a deeper pan for this?
No, you have to put the eggplant in the deeper. You just turn it up. That's it. You just get them in there, turn them off, put the top on it. And this one
So you're getting this stirred up, trying to get this gravy on top of these potatoes here. Potatoes and gravy, like you used to have mashed potatoes and gravy. They just sliced instead of mashed.
Super easy.
Super simple.
Because that's what we do here. Simple soul food. What?
Simple soul food vegan dishes.
Now, in comparison to your health and some of the people that you know that are not leading a healthier lifestyle.
There's some baby boomers I don't even recognize when I look at them.
Wow.
So they tell me who they are.
They're in wheelchairs. Their limbs are missing. Mm. They have a daily pill regimen that's, longer than their arm. Sluggish, no energy. Mm-hmm. Hair falling out. Skin looks crazy.
Skin's horrible.
Historically, melanated people
don't
never looked
like that.
so bad.
And you can see this generation's coming up now. They're not going to look like that because they're, for the most part, eating right. There's so many vegetarians and vegans out here. They're not going to look like that. I'm 71. I know I don't look 71. I'm not bragging. But I really don't. That's because of my change in my eating habits. Let me go ahead and get this over here to blend it. Put that plugged in there. Yeah, I even got my baby boomer blender here. Feel free to donate. A little bit at a time. I need to put it in another. I'm going to put it in a bowl as I go along. Let's come out. Why you should clean as you go along. You have all this stuff piled up.
The camera's on the stove.
Huh?
The camera's on the stove. Nobody can see your skin.
So what's going on with the potatoes? They need to be turned off? Are they good?
Oh, yeah. The potatoes are already cooked. The gravy's done.
The next thing is going to be the eggplant steaks. Like I said, my daughter's here helping me. So I'm going to be on my own when she goes back to Florida. Trying to help me get
next
this
is your eggplant steak. So let me get your oil on. We're going to get it right.
We're going to get it right. I'm still here. Now I'm going to go ahead and blend up the soup here. Put it in the blender. put the blender on puree. Test it and see if it's smooth enough here. It's looking good. A little bit more. Okay, go ahead and pour this in the bowl. When I'm done this, I'm going to pour it all back in the pot. Keep it warm. Okay, we'll finish the rest here. We're going to put all of that in there. I'm just going to put it in. Pour it in. Slow. Make it a little thinner. Thanks for bearing with me, you guys. We're going to get that camera and everything straight next time. Okay. Put that in there. Turn it back on the puree. Between puree and wet. And stop it and check it. Consistency. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, pour this in here. I'm going to just put in the rest of this stuff. I think I need to make it thinner. Pour it back in the pot. Burn myself again. That heat hurts, that burn I got earlier. Use this paper towel. I dropped my bowl in there. Mimi, I need your help. I dropped the bowl in my soup. Okay. Told you I wasn't used to it right now. Let me get a paper get hot holder here. And the greens look good. I'll get this one here. I believe I did that, but it's fine. I'm not gonna worry about it. The rest of the stuff over here. Okay, that's it right there. I'm gonna stir it in. Give it some nice consistency here. And here's the beautiful butternut squash. I don't know if you can see it. I'm gonna have to put it over here. Let me just move this camera. There it is, the butternut squash. Here we go. Nice and smooth, beautiful. And we still got the greens going on here. There's them a little stir. And there's your potatoes and gravy there. Beautiful, delicious. Now we're gonna get ready to do our eggplant steaks. Let's put this camera back up here. Like I said, I don't know what I'm doing with this camera yet, but we're going to get it. Okay. Because I'm a baby boomer, remember. So we're going to take the potatoes off this heat. I think I might have to move this pan back a little bit right there. I don't know if you need that much oil in there. All right, let me give those, let me give the soup a little taste here. You can taste that little apple flavor in it. Delicious. So we'll put the top back on this and we're going to give the greens, stir them up a little more. This over here. I'm not going to need that much grease in it. We got some carrots in there, and some onions and red peppers. Got a little bit of the bouillon's base in there. Very tasty. Over there, this pan is getting hot.
Need any help on anything?
Yeah, I thought you wanted to do the eggplant for me.
I thought I was on the potatoes and gravy. Okay.
Do we want to use all of these? Yeah, it's in there now. Is it getting hot?
Yeah, looks very hot there.
All
Alright, let's get a bird's eye view, boomers. Let's look at that butternut squash soup. Very simple. Just boiled it, put it in the blender. Salt and pepper to taste. Your favorite herbs.
Rosemary.
Got them collards back there. Come on, boomers. Don't tell me you don't know about no collards.
With some vegetables.
Colorful collards. You got your red pepper, your orange carrot, your onion.
All that cholesterol.
And then we're going to season it up good with the better bouillon and the bouillon cubes that just seals the deal on flavor. Yeah. Potatoes and gravy here. Come on, boomers. Come on now. And now we're going to fry up our eggplant here. Got them sliced the long way, steak style, not the little small rounds. And just going to use a wet batter on those and get those right into the grease. Your wet batter's over there. It's unseasoned, Mom, so I don't know if you want to season the eggplant, if you want to put a couple shakes of something in there, if you want to...
Let's season the eggplant. You can put something, a little dash or something.
So just a little adobo here. We like that Goya brand, any brand you like, but the adobo really consists of, the main ingredients in it is salt, garlic powder, turmeric, which is a good flavor, onion powder, a little bit of sugar, and sometimes there's, you can buy it with or without black pepper.
Yeah. Turmeric is very beneficial. If you use mustard, you eat turmeric. That's what gives it the color. So don't say
and mustard is actually one of the seasonings in the magic seasoning salt. Give a couple shakes of that. So we just...
I explained to them this is our first time, so bear with us.
It's all right, boomers. We're going to get it right. We'll just put the seasoning right on top of there. There's your eggplant again. All right, so the grease is hot. Whenever Mom's ready, she's going to go ahead and dip those. Normally, if you're doing the traditional milk and egg and flour and breadcrumb, egg is not vegan, so we cannot use that here today. You would need like a double batter and a this and a that. But this is just a wet batter. It's with chickpea flour. It's a little crunchier.
Here's the egg substitute I made. If you want to do the egg, I have to
no, we don't need
it. Okay.
And then just going to go ahead and coat those.
So if you want
Look at that, boomers.
I should use this thing. If you want to make an egg
boomers
substitute.
don't use tongs. Boomers use their hands. Right, boomers? We home, we comfortable, and
put a few more in there so
don't you want to live for your children and your grandchildren and
great-grandchildren?
Pass them down some healthier habits. And it's still for the culture. I mean, we got collard greens on the stove, for God's sakes. You know, and it don't get no more for the culture than them greens. You just make a little twist. Oh, nice and deep fry. Y'all know we love a fried. Now, my mother does not deep fry often.
No, I don't.
But on this page, she really wanted to make Sundays, soul food Sundays, and focus on the things that we used to eat and go get back in our comfort foods. And then during the week, experiment with your recipes, try your replacement meals, swap out the butter for the olive oil, grab you some almond milk, swap it out sometimes. Just make small changes. They go a long way.
Look at them greens. Very flavorful. And you can make your own broth. You just, whatever's left over when you cut up your vegetables, just start throwing it in a pot. Until you get enough in there, just add some water and boil it. That's simple, super simple.
Here on Simple Soulful Vegan Dishes. Top on, you want to get those on low, and they can just go. Just a totally different coating when you do a wet batter. It's not like that breadcrumb consistency. And let it get a color on both sides. Oh, that looks good. And go ahead and get our set up to get those out of the grease. We need to get back to cooking with love. We're rushing through the days. We're
fast
the
food.
convenience is leading the way, and the convenience is killing. Find time to cook something with love for your husband or your wife or your children. You got the grandbabies over this weekend. Teach them something your grandmother taught you when you was younger. And for, Mom, for that, with you, with my mom, what are some of those things you remember your grandmother making?
Oh, she used to preserve everything. We had tomatoes, jellies, jams,
And
peaches.
so that's your father's mother or your mother's mother?
My father's mother. I didn't know my grandparents on my mother's side.
And your father.
I had a garden later on in life.
So again, you're going back to a different time where things were fresher already. You didn't use the term organic.
Exactly.
You didn't use the term vegan. But that's what it was. It was fresher, it was organic, it was a lot of things were vegan. And when you say what your father ate and your grandfather, I'm sorry guys, they weren't eating this.
No.
You got leg quarters hanging off the plate. Chicken leg quarters, they so goddamn big. Like you said earlier, the biggest chicken was what at Yanks?
3 pounds.
Woo!
A 3-pounder. That used to go up there for my mother. She want 2 3-pounders. And that fed us. It fed 10 children. Oh, here's the eggplant here.
And we'll garnish it up and
Put a little parsley on it.
could go a little darker. I don't know.
No, it's
But
good
that's
because the
nice
eggplant
color.
don't take long at all.
Okay. That wet batter. You can use a wet batter on with the chickpea flour on lots of vegetables. Green beans, if you ever go out to the restaurants and they have the fried green beans, this is all they use. Works well with asparagus. Works well for your homemade onion rings. If you ever have really large onions and you slice them up and wet batter them, they're your own onion rings. These are familiar things. You don't have to sit around and eat salad all day, contrary to, well, you don't want that one to end up by itself, so just, yeah.
Like my music?
Boomers.
Taste that soup yet? Matter of fact, I'm going to put it back on so it's not warm.
I actually did taste it, yeah. We're going to get everything plated.
Like I said,
Where's that china? In the basement?
clean as you go. Notes in there. Still in there. Clean as you go. And it's going to be a little bit faster next time. What's going on, darling?
They were not listening.
I'm taking a video.
Grandkids. This is from Florida. And by the way, they're vegan. They're grown up healthy. All they eat is lots of vegetables and stuff. They even ask for it. They love their broccoli. What kid have you heard of that asked for broccoli? Or can I have more broccoli? All right, I'm going to clean up a little bit here. And we're going to get back. So I'm going to get that, turn these eggplants over. A minute for that. I would just make some fresh dishwater there. Dishwasher. I like doing dishwasher.
So you mentioned you were a vegetarian in your younger years. Who was your influence, or did it come from a particular stage?
Well, that's around the time I started to see the changes. I didn't do it wasn't good for you as well. Like I said, I worked out Cheney in the cafeteria cooking, and I saw some changes right before my eyes with the meat. Right here.
What changes?
Like we said about the eggs, chicken was coming in bigger and tougher, full of grease. We don't have no grease in our system. Where'd that grease come from in the chicken? Think about that. Doing something to them.
I think the biggest thing with you guys is letting go of things that you hold so dearly with traditionalism that are literally killing us.
Yeah, some people get mad at you because you don't do this anymore, and then you kind of give you go to their house to eat, and they say, oh, there's no pork in it or anything like that, but I don't know. When people say that to you, trust me, there's something in there. Don't even eat it. That was my sister.
Shout out to Aunt Bob.
Yeah.
Shout out to Aunt Mildred, who's still doing that. And you mentioned your other sister was one of the last pork eaters left. I mean, how much of her diet was pork? Our sister.
A lot.